Morning, students. Welcome back to literature. This week we will be working on chapter 2, scene 2 of The Apple and the Arrow. Okay, so we left off. Make sure your books are open. All right, I want you to read along with me. I don't want you just to listen. That helps you to read some words you don't already know. Okay, so I want you to go to page 22 and okay, sorry about that. I just got interrupted. Anyways, we're on page 22 and we finished scene 1 almost at the bottom of the page. We're on the last paragraph where it says, let me see if I can see, it says, Walter said nothing. See that right there? At the very, that's where we're going to begin scene 2. All right. So most of you guys have been really good about looking for a quote that shows an example of alliteration. This week, we're going to look for a simile, okay? And we will find it in this paragraph here. And to refresh your memory, a simile is when you have, when the author says something is like something else. For example, her hair was as soft as the 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 hair on a corn, the hair corn, or the wind sang like a woman. Okay, the wind doesn't sing, but it's saying it's like the singing of a woman. The how can I? The bee buzzed like the fan. I'm trying to make. I'm not very creative here. Okay, it's saying something is like something else, but it's not because it really is like that. Is they're trying to get you to imagine, use your imagination to see, to imagine what it sounds like or what it looks like, to give you that realistic feel for what the author is saying. So we're looking for something that says it's something else. That's the first thing that we're going to look for. It's a style of writing. The style is the author's own special way of storytelling, and we're looking for a simile. So we're going to begin right here. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. Let's go back up to the second to the last paragraph, okay? Which is soon Walter saw. See that right there? That's where we're going to begin. This is first to the last paragraph. Then let's see the second where is it? Second indentation, soon, right here. All right. Soon, Walter saw the old roofs of Altdorf. So they're walking down the mountain. They're walking on this path. And then far away, because they're up kind of high, they're coming down the mountain. The village is down below, and he can see the tops of the roofs of the houses. He said, soon, Walter saw the old roofs of Altdorf and the stone towers of Zwinguri, which is Gessler's castle. Then Tell's happy mood changed. That's his dad. Walter heard him mutter, "That knave as busy as a rat in a wheat rick." The towers grew higher each day. Soon Gessler will live there and spy upon all that we do and put free men behind iron bars. So that's the end of that paragraph. So there was a simile there. Were you able to catch that? It said something was like something. Okay, how about as busy as a rat? So is Gessler a rat? No, he's not a rat. He probably acts like one, but he's not a rat. He said as busy as rats are always doing something. They're running around looking for food all the time. They're never sitting still like, cats lay around. Rats don't. So he said as busy as a rat in a wheat rick. So let's write that down for our style. And I'm going to move my computer over to the board so you can see how I wrote that. Okay, now before I show you, I just want to remind you to make sure you write your name and date on your paper. Please do that. And today's date is October 27, 2020. So you're going to write 10/27/20. All right. And I believe I already wrote the chapter and the scene in there for you. Chapter 2, scene 2. Okay. And we're going to write the style of writing right here in the yellow words. Okay, make sure beginners in my class Make sure you go to style. All right, and then you're going to write the word simile, S-I-M-I-L-E, and a colon. Okay, this is not a part of the quote. We're just saying that this is a style of writing. This is the name of the style of writing. All right, and we're going to take out that quote from our book. So when we take it out of our book and we quote someone, we got to put our quotes. But not only are we quoting the author, but William Tell is also saying this quote. So then we put a second quote, which is a single one, not a double. And then we put our quote for William Tell. As busy as a rat in a wheat rick. A wheat rick is a pile of wheat. When people harvest, they pick up what they planted out in the crops, they harvest it, they bring it all in, and they put it in a pile before they decide to process it. So the rats go over there and they start eating all the rat. They're eating, eating, eating. They don't stop. That's how busy Gessler is. Okay. So this is our style of writing. So go ahead and pause your video if you need some time to write that, because I will move on. Okay. So let's go ahead and read. Oh, you know what? I'm going to read that same paragraph again, because in that paragraph, we're going to find our leading idea. And let's really quick, what's a leading idea? It's a thought that leads to a principle. It's an idea, it's something you believe in your heart, and you make your decisions based on what you think, or you live your life based on what you think. Okay, so this is not William Tell's belief. It is a belief. He's talking about Gessler. Okay. Soon Walter saw the old roofs of Altdorf and the stone towers of Zwinguri, Gessler's castle. Then Tell's happy mood changed. Walter heard him mutter, "That knave, as busy as a rat in a wheat rick." The towers grew higher each day. Have we seen anything in our reading that says, that gives us a leading idea? Now, the one we're looking for is tyranny. What is tyranny? Tyranny is when a government or a person treats the people badly, doesn't allow them to do what is right, doesn't let them live in liberty. He tells them what to do, and he's very cruel about it. Okay, so this is William Tell speaking. Soon Gessler will live there, and he'll spy on us all, and he's going to put free men behind bars, iron bars. Okay, does that sound tyrannical? Yes. Nobody needs to be spying on anybody. No government, no person. It's nobody's business what you do. Nobody needs to be spying. So why is he watching people? Because he's mean, he's cruel, and he wants to punish them for no reason at all. He wants to find excuses to punish them when they are free men, free to do as they wish, as long as they don't hurt other people. All right, so that's what we're going to write for our leading idea, which is at the bottom down here. Leading idea, a thought that leads to a principle. Gessler's thoughts are tyrannical, so he's going to live as a tyrannical person. All right, so for leading idea, you're going to write tyranny. This is a T. I know I don't make my T's the way I should, but that's a T. You're going to put a colon to separate tyranny from the quote. This is not a part of the quote. We're just saying what kind of principle this is. You're going to begin your quote with a double quote. And William Tell is saying this, so we have to put another quote. We're quoting the author, and we're quoting William Tell. You begin your sentence with the uppercase S. Soon, Gessler, uppercase G, because all people's names begin with uppercase. All right, Gessler will live there and spy upon all that we do, comma, close the quote, close the double quote, a small p, not an uppercase P, period, page 22. Or you can write the word page, P-H-E-E, you don't need a period. Page 22, that's where we find our quote. All right, that is our leading idea. Go ahead and pause your video and write that on your paper. Okay, let's continue reading the last paragraph. What we're going to look for next is our setting. Remember, the setting is when and where, or when or where the story takes place. Sometimes the story will tell us when, sometimes it'll tell us where, or sometimes it'll tell us both, when and where. In this case, it's going to tell us where. All right. So let's find out where they are. Where is William Tell? Walter said nothing. He was waiting eagerly to see the sign that hung from the roof of the Barren Inn. His father usually stopped at the inn as they neared the place. Walter, to his surprise, saw his own grandfather, Walter First, standing before the inn as if he were really waiting for them. Walter loved his fun-making old grandfather and ran to him, pulling on his cane. So where were they? You guys figure that out? They're at the inn. What is an inn? An inn is like a hotel. It's a hotel. It's kind of like they usually, back in those days, it just looked like a big, huge house with lots of rooms, and you paid for a room, and they fed you breakfast, and they fed you meals. And but the inn had a name. Did you catch the name of the inn? The Barren Inn. Okay. So for your setting, which is the second one here, it looks kind of purplish. Setting is when and where the story takes place. Right here, we're going to write the Barren Inn. Open it with a quote. We're not going to write the whole sentence. We left information out that's really not important. It doesn't tell us what the setting is. So anytime we leave anything out, we put an ellipsis. So this signifies that we left some words out that we don't need. And they're at the Barren Inn. B and I are uppercase because it's a name of a place. Okay? Comma, close with your quotes. Small letter P period, page 22 is where we find our quote. Okay? And we're going to look for characterization because it's really, really short. And that way on Thursday, we'll have less to do, okay? I just want to push you guys just a little bit more so we can end the week a little bit on the easy side. Okay? So let's turn our page. Actually, no. Let's go to, this is what I want you to do. Go to characterization, which is the very first one. And I want you to write Walter First. That's an F. Walter First and a colon. We're going to look for the character of Walter First. Who was Walter First? Do you remember? Okay, let's read it again, the last paragraph. Walter said nothing. He was waiting eagerly to see the sign that hung from the roof of the Barren Inn. His father usually stopped at the inn. As they neared the place, Walter, to his surprise, saw his own grandfather, Walter First. That is Walter's grandfather. So Walter was named after his grandfather. They had the same name, except his last name was Tell, Walter Tell. He saw Walter First standing before the inn as if he were really waiting for them. Now, did we read anything that tells us what kind of person Walter was? No, not yet. Let's keep reading. Walter loved his fun-making old grandfather and ran to him pulling on his cane. What kind of grandfather was he? He was fun-making. He made everything fun. So let's write for our characterization. We're going to open with a quote. And then we're not going to write the whole thing. So we're going to put an ellipsis. And we're going to write fun dash fun making. He's old and he's a grandfather. We're going to put a comma, close it with quote, and I'm going to put what page I found it on. I found my quote on page 22. That is your characterization. And on Thursday, all we have to do is look for the plot, the cause and the event, and we will be done with scene 2. Okay, so if you need to pause your video, this will be the end of our video, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. All right, bye-bye.